Alright guys, we got the undercarriage of the 120 loaded up. We are heading south to Madisonville, Kentucky to Trucker Track headquarters. Gonna visit with Steve, Todd, and the crew. Guys, this turned out to be a really fun and I'd even call it educational video. I hope you guys enjoy and possibly even learn something along the way. Here we go. Alright, so if you guys haven't figured it out yet, we are at Trucker Track headquarters, and you'll see the name IMCO up there. That is actually the parent company, the behind the scenes company.
IMCO, where Todd doesn't do any work. I just stand here, I stay clean and sexy.
Now last time we seen you, you had a different shirt on.
I know, that's our online service. This is actually the brick and mortar store. This is where the magic happens. We actually do put the crap on that we sell. We really do. Now I still don't get dirty.
Now, I was gonna say, whenever you say we, that don't mean you.
Well, I got a lot of mice in my pocket.
No, you got a lot of good people around here working.
Exactly. We have a lot of guys that do this all day long. This is our bread and butter, pad changes. We take them off the trucks, we'll wash them up, and we'll put them in the machine. So,
so what's obviously step one's remove from truck. Do you like how I rolled those up all nice and neat for you?
You did a fantastic job. I can't believe we haven't gotten killed. But anyway, it worked out great. Nobody died.
I think I can sense the sarcasm coming in.
That was a bad roll up. Usually we roll them up and set them on their sides so they're a little bit safer to transport, but hey, this is dirt perfect, man. He's got it going on.
That would make sense why they were so hard to transport here and unload.
Yeah, usually when you stand them up like this, they tend to rock around. If you lay them down on their side, rolled up.
Especially when they're wore out, because these are like prim and proper new. So this is Truck and Track headquarters, huh?
This is Truck and Track headquarters. Welcome to Madisonville, Kentucky.
It's beautiful down here.
It's beautiful and hot and steamy.
It is, man. It is miserable.
Again, I don't sweat either, so that's hard for me.
So you're already judging my cleaning job. You're saying the first thing we got to do is pressure wash these this morning?
First thing is to get them over here. We'll pressure wash them because it makes it easier for the machine to get to all the heads of the bolts. So we'll go through that process with you guys. If you guys want to, we'll walk in here real quick and look at what we do.
Let's go check it out.
So anyway, they'll wash everything outside.
So is this the official wash bay?
This is the official wash bay.
This is fancy.
And then that's our pile of scrap tracks. That's only half of the pile. We keep another pile on the other side of the building because we don't have room. So anyway, this is the track press area. So there's actually a winch cable that comes down. Once they pressure wash it, they'll hook it and they'll pull it up with the winch.
I'm guessing by the way the concrete is wore, you've you've winched a few up there.
There's been a few up here. So they'll pull it up. If you'll notice, it gets it up about your stomach level, so it's a little bit easier to work on. And then they will take this gun. This is a 3-phase gun. And
are you sure you're authorized to touch that?
No, I'm not. It's also very heavy, but it's well balanced. This is from WTC. We've had this machine and that press. The press is from the 70s and we've never replaced it. This gun is actually about a year old. We actually had to replace it. And the one that we replaced it with will never leave the property. It probably did millions of bolts, and we felt like if you've worked that hard in your life, you're gonna get retired. And it's actually in the attic up here. We can show it to you, and it'll never be sold. That old forklift and that gun will never leave the property. But anyway, so we'll bring it up, we'll hook it up. There's 2 buttons on here, one's tight and one's loosened. There's a huge belt system in here, like a reduction belt system that runs through this motor. And you can't see it down in there, but it actually breaks. On some bolts, we can break the heads clean off. On some, we just take them out. So that's the start of pad change.
I have to ask, is this an official keeper?
You know what that is? Every track chain that comes in has that wire wrapped around it to hold it together. We just clip them off, it's free.
So you recycle?
We recycle.
So you're a green company?
Yeah, they're green, absolutely. That's what that is. Because you go through those like crazy. When we start hitting the gun, when the gun hits, you can hear it from a mile away. We wear ear protection, eye protection, but that thing is super loud. There's a lot of pressure in there.
So the belt system, this is obviously some sort of impact mechanism.
It is.
Right?
It's a gear reduction system. The belt system keeps bringing it down smaller, 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 and then you've got a gear reduction system in here. We actually have 3 of these heads. We keep one rebuilt and ready to go at all times because you can tear the heads up pretty easily if you know what you're doing. So then down at the end, I think this is a Wolf, they call it. This is a Wolf track press. It's another WTC model. It's from the 70s. We can do up to D10 on it. We can't do a D11. It does great. It's old. We've repacked the cylinders in it maybe one time. If you'll notice, this is the size of the cylinder. So the cylinders are pretty big in here. So we'll actually go in there. I don't know actually what tonnage it is, but we can press apart detail.
So just to go back and do a little elementary talking here on a track press, basically what you're doing with this is you're actually pressing the pin out and rotating the bushing or replacing it. I guess we can look at one of those out there maybe.
We can look at one of those out here and we can get a couple of examples, but
yeah, so this would be right here, be an example. You're pressing this pin out.
Yes, you're gonna actually press all this apart.
What's that off, about a D7?
Actually, that is off probably about a 330 cat. That's
actually, a dry one, so
that's a dry excavator one, yeah. Not to correct you, I know you're all knowing, but
I was close. It was off a machine.
You did great. But we'll press all the pins. Everything can be torn down to its very smallest.
I actually took a tour of the Caterpillar plant one time and watched them make those things, stamp them out. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Up in Peoria.
Yeah. Do you know they don't do that anymore up there?
Really?
Yeah, they moved it off to Mexico.
Imagine that.
They still assemble, but they don't forge. Anyway, we do maybe 3 or 4 turns a year now.
I was gonna say that's not near as a popular process as what it used to be, is it?
Turns really, they don't really gain anything like they used to. You're better off to short link, which you can only short link on certain machines. You can't short link every machine, but turning is with aftermarket being as good as it is now, it's just cheaper to buy a new set of rails, come in and do a pad change.
Not to change subjects on you, but this is a prime example of what we were talking about in the shop of lower rollers being wore out.
Exactly. Well, you can tell right here, this guy's had some major problems because he welded this pin in. What'll end up happening, this will start hitting this pin and eventually it'll start pushing the pins out. Yeah, so this is prime example of that.
Pretty slick. Those off D4?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Steve was gonna talk. Steve, this is. Oh yeah. Steve's here.
So this is your better half in business.
Yeah, I'm the silent half. I don't talk.
Well, he talks enough about everybody around here.
I do. Well, Steve's gonna talk to you guys a little bit.
Alright guys, I didn't cover this real well in the video, so I'm going to hit on it now. Steve, the guy on the right, his dad actually started IMCO, the parent company, back in 1987. He is second generation and has since taken over from his father. Todd, the guy on the left, he was a salesman for Steve for years. He's the gentleman that called on me, and he has since bought into a percentage ownership in the company. I don't know their exact arrangement. It's none of my business, but these two gentlemen here are responsible for the website Trucker Track and the parent company IMCO. So that's basically who we got standing in front of us at this time.
Well, I'm just wondering though, are you going to help us? Because I've been watching your videos and you look like you're a hands-on guy.
I am a hands-on guy. You may have to run me off.
Yeah, well, hey, we always want to help around here.
Well, my hourly rate though, I'll tell you what.
Is that right? Oh, I didn't think about that. We didn't discuss money.
No, I've been wanting to get down here to see this for years. This is finally a good experience or a good opportunity.
Yeah, that thing is pressed apart. Millions of pins and bushings and millions of pad bolts and nuts
now,
come across.
One thing we should talk about, and we hit on it with Todd a little bit, is you guys are centrally located in the mining industry. You're in the kind of heart of coal mine industry here.
Yes, sir.
So you can be in what, 4 different states in 45 minutes?
Yeah, I can be Tennessee, Southern Illinois, Indiana, Southern Indiana, you know.
And then with the website, you guys reach out pretty much all the continental United States.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ship stuff down to Texas. Shipped it out west. It just depends. I mean, we got all kinds of different, you know, clay mines, gold mines. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just whoever wants to deal with someone that is honest, true, and works hard.
Yep.
You know?
I said in the last video, I think I've done business with you guys for about 12 years.
Yes, sir.
So.
Yes, sir. And I've never met you personally.
I know.
I've never met you.
I've never had a reason to come down here. Never had a problem.
Well, I've heard nothing but good about you. And then I've also seen some of your videos and with the some of the jobs. And I'm looking around here and I'm thinking, man, I need to get him down here.
So Todd said first step is we're going to pressure wash the tracks out there?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, guys, walk you through the process here a little bit. So they got these all pressure washed and cleaned off so they can access all them bolts right there real easy. And they got a winch up there and they're basically just winching that booger right up on there. There's absolutely nothing fancy about that.
There was nothing fancy about it. If the camera wasn't rolling, I would ride it up on the thing. I do that all the time. It's like a surfboard, but that's
I don't think you're even here to ride it.
Steve's back here and the camera's rolling. It'd be bad.
I bet you that's probably a D10 undercarriage. It's probably that little winch once, isn't it?
You know, when you do something really big, it is all at once, but we have more problems with the cables breaking than we do with the winch. That winch is awesome. It's all hydraulic, so I mean, you can throw anything at it you want.
I was telling, I'm pretty sure this is the first undercarriage you ever sold me.
If that is the first undercarriage, that thing's been around for a while. It's a long time.
So it's still under warranty?
Absolutely. Now, I don't get dirty here, so we'll get Colin and maybe even Steve.
I think this should be our goal for the day, is to get you dirty.
No. That costs a lot of money. Anyway, we'll get them to come down. They're going to get the sockets set up. They'll get the gun set up, and then they'll start going out there and breaking them loose. One guy will hold a bar and hold the nuts, and then one guy will be on the gun breaking them loose.
So, just how many? Do you know how many pads are on this undercarriage?
Most pads, it's usually, I mean, per side, you're probably looking at about 46 to 48 links, 52. You'd be surprised, most undercarriages are all about the same length.
Really, just different sizes.
Just different sizes.
So your guesstimation, what do you say, about 4 hours to do a pad swap?
I'd say we could probably do it about half that. We'd probably do it 2
hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is.
Oh, you're gonna
9
You might want to tell Steve your time because I'm not doing anything. I'm just drinking that Dr. Pepper.
So you're the salesman that's over-promising, so he can under-deliver.
I'm a problem solver.
I started at the bottom. I'll just stay at the bottom.
See, look at Steve. The president of the company is going to go
Hey,
and do this.
Todd, the salesman, says you, the president, can do this in 2 hours.
Let me do a couple bolts to make sure.
I like this guy. This guy's a realist.
Yeah, I know. 2 hours.
More than likely.
No,
if we had the torch,
this is exactly what happened. That guy has experience, and you don't.
Well, I don't work. What are you going to do? I don't do anything. I just stand around. It's easy to say. 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens.
All right, we're going to take a break and get our safety gear.
All right, so this is the first one. So I guess, Steve, can you explain that nut down there is a square nut, right?
Yeah, they make, they're the best because you can hold a bar
so you don't have
there to take them out or put them back in.
Because there's no way to get a wrench in there.
Well, some of the Komatsus have the hex heads. They're miserable, but most of them have the square like that. And some brands will make a milled out area in the link where the nut will lock itself.
I
wish they all did it, but not everyone will do that. I don't know if it costs more or what. But
so basically, he's just going to take a big flat bar, and he will hold that in there. I think that's hold that in there right beside that nut, and that'll basically just keep it from spinning. So we'll let him go on the first one here and see what we got. Well, that was too easy.
That one was.
I hope
we might get it done in an hour.
Don't jinx yourself. Look at that guy.
Get my rhythm.
Well, you know, whenever a guy takes good care of his machine.
Right. Well, it might look like it's been used a lot. It has, but you know, it's 1.5-inch drive electric. This thing is done 1 1/8 volts. You know, it will either take it out or break it.
Really?
You know what I mean?
So here's the nut. Well, don't let me slow you down.
Yeah, if I'm on a race, I'm gonna go.
Oh, we can't make Todd look good.
Yeah.
We may have to stop and eat lunch in between.
Oh, okay. I'm good with that. Where you want to go?
Well, the real question is, who's buying?
I'm good.
If Todd's buying, I got a few ideas.
Yeah. You saw who I gave a credit card to there.
I don't know if that was a good choice.
So you go all the way down one side and then come back?
Yeah, most of the time you can hold good leverage on the nut on one side.
Right, that way he's not going back and forth.
He can try from this side, but through the hole. But some of them are tougher, like just like this. You got dirt and stuff, so you'd have to.
I can't believe somebody'd have their excavator in the dirt. How dare them?
Well, all we care about is the pads. The chains are junk. You know what I mean? So all we care about.
So how do those How do those pads look for 12,000 hours?
12,000. That's pretty dang good.
That's right.
Pretty dang good. Excavator pads don't wear like the dozer pads, but
I spent a lot of time in the mud.
Is that right? Yeah.
Now, have you ever watched him run a piece of equipment? You wouldn't think that he was the one running it. These pads, the pads would not look this
It's
good.
called production. It's called production. What are you even talking for?
I just got to get the truth out there.
We got some places that have more high abrasion, like sandstone and things like that. And I've seen these pads before wear down so bad that when we but they still want to use their pads because some of them want to save money. That the bolt heads stick up higher than the cleat.
Really? I've seen them a lot. Once they get wore pretty thin out here, they'll start bending over.
Yeah. Now when that happens, especially when
These
your
are-
chain is stretched, your pinch is stretched.
Yeah.
So you get a bent pad on a new chain when the chain is tight.
They'll start
pads
rubbing.
Going to hit. And it's either cut them or put new ones on, and then you have half of them used and half of them new, and it just looks snazzy too.
All right, here we go.
All right.
All right, so they got down one side. What'd that take them? Maybe 20 minutes? Not even that long, probably. Belly just switched. He's running the gun, he's running the bar. And they got him loose. I'll take one off. There it is. That's not wore out at all. It's like brand new.
Yeah.
Something tells me putting the new ones on is harder than taking the old ones off.
I think it's going to take a little more. But I think that's where I'd like to see Todd come out. You think we'll be able to do that, Steve?
What's that?
Get Todd to come out here when we put them on?
Yeah, that's his job. When we get the bolts out,
Well, it's like a relay. We'll tell them we're ahead. You know, we're at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
We're ahead. It's him to
pass the baton.
yeah. It's him to take us home.
That's funny.
So they leave a couple random bolts in here just to keep the pads from vibrating off. But Steve was telling me we haven't had one do it. Every once in a while, one won't unthread and we'll actually tighten it up and pop it off. That thing has no problem. Was that a 5/8 bolt?
It's a 5/8. Under 120, it's a 5/8 bolt.
You said that thing will pop up to a 3/4 bolt per inch?
We have purposely broke 3/4 ones before, but
Only if you have to.
only if we have to. But you know, when you get up to the inch and eighth bolt, it's just so much more metal.
That's when you gotta break the torch out.
Yeah, that's when the liquid wrench comes out.
All right, so this one here is stuck, so you're just gonna snap her off, right?
Yep.
Just that easy, huh?
And they say it's not an old brake, it's a fresh brake, so we broke it.
I could have done that with my 1/2 inch impact.
Is that right? How bar do you want to run again?
I'll run the bar.
Oh, okay.
All right. We're going to see what Mr. Dirt Perfect's got here. No, he's not starting out too hot here.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, he got one. Oh, he missed.
You gotta get on the right side of it.
Ah. You're getting it now, ain't you? Boy, you're slow in progress down there, Mr. Dirt Perfect.
Usually we'd have a hammer to hit it
Knock
off.
that out.
We got lucky so far.
Hit it. There we go. You can't see, I need clear safety valve.
To me, it just seems like it's going a lot slower.
Hey,
It's hard to find good
there's
help
only
these
one. Hey,
days.
there's only one thing. There's only one thing that goes faster the first time. Oh yeah, we're going now.
All right, so how would you say he rated us in being good on a scale from 1 to 10 as a beginner?
You need to give him 11 as an option.
You ain't got to lie.
3.5.
3.5, there we go. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now I would have been that 11.
We should have him.
I
rate
would have been that
We should
11.
have him rate you as a cameraman.
Pretty good, ain't I? You give me 11 for that, won't you?
It's fancy of you to show back up after we got all the manual labor done.
Hey, I had to wash my hair. Anyway, what's gonna happen next is first I'm gonna get an important phone call and walk away. Second thing that's gonna happen is Colin is gonna start stacking the pads, and what he's gonna do, he's gonna stack them in a certain order. So that way he can put them back
I think you should stack it for you to show us how it's done. Get those pretty hands dirty.
Man,
What do you think, Colin?
I've had a bad rash on my back.
I think
I don't know what it
dirt's the cure for that.
Dirt's cure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the dirt's cure for that.
It's Indiana dirt. It's definitely
Definitely not the cure for that. Anyway, he'll start stacking the pads in a certain way. We will not clean the pads until we put them back on. So he'll stack them up a certain way, get them all lined up really nice. He's doing a fantastic job. He's got great form. Steve's coming. Hey, I got a phone call. I gotta go. But I'll be back in a few minutes to keep talking about this, and maybe we'll see some more animals on this adventure.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
Now, we got bets on. We got bets on. See, remember when they go back on, we got bets on to see if you can keep up or if you can do it.
I will be here for that. I will be back at the end of this.
We'll believe it when we see it.
Yeah, trust me. I gotta go.
You'll be here to collect the money at the end. That's what you'll be here for.
Oh, Colin.
So you're stacking these opposite ways, but you're stacking them this side up so you can clean those before you put them back on, right?
It makes it a lot easier, a lot faster. We're on the time frame to set the all-time record on this track. He knows more tricks than I do.
Hey, don't worry, Todd. We got this.
I don't see Todd anywhere.
He's behind the camera right now.
Where?
Didn't get that one all
That
right.
wasn't my side.
That's right. Whoever did that's going to be Doc.
That's slowing this record time down.
Right.
But I see me and Steve are a lot alike. You and Todd are a lot alike.
I'm dirty.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, camera.
There you go.
You're fired.
There you go.
I think that's what you call out with the old.
It is. I like the way they're doing it too.
I almost missed it.
You want your old chains back?
No,
Okay, that's fine.
you can keep those as souvenirs.
Okay, well,
Some people make mailboxes. You know, they'll make them a mailbox post out of them. Some of them make all kinds of little things. But you can see we accumulate quite a bit.
If I ever need one, I think I know where to come to get one.
Yeah, that's right.
Out with the old, in with the new. That track's so stiff, he's just kind of making sure it lays down on there flat as it comes up on there. Makes it a lot easier for him to work on it. We're over socializing. These guys are over here working.
As it should be.
And we're missing all the action.
What they're doing now is they're taking and wire wheeling off all the nasty stuff off of the pads. And they're also have already cleaned the top of the rail. So we actually use paint remover. It has to be metal on metal. If you have a sticker in there, if you have paint in there, it doesn't matter how tight you do it, it will get loose again. So that has to be metal on metal to keep the bond. Have you ever seen loose pads before somebody didn't clean the paint off?
Or get the bolts tight.
Or get the bolts tight. So this is where the magic happens. I think something just got on me.
You better get back in the office. You don't even have your safety gear on out here.
I'm not getting close enough to need it.
Oh, God. All right, so show you guys real close. You clean this surface very well, and they also clean that surface down there where they made up. That way, whenever they torque it down, there's nothing to affect that torque.
One more little trick. When you look at this cane, you see a square bolt pattern.
Yep.
Okay, you got to figure out how you put the track on properly.
Oh, which way they overlap.
Yeah, and what you got to think about is this pad, if this was the leading edge, this is a dozer pad, it always goes over the pin end of the link. See, this is the pin end of the link.
Okay.
That's the pin end of the link, so the leading edge will go over the lead over that.
I knew a guy one time put a track on backwards.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot.
It happens a lot more than you think.
No, I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
Each
I
little
guess
gap.
one thing we should mention is all parts are IRT.
Yeah, they do a lot with them.
So you said these are, they even make their own bolts.
Yep. Yep.
So is it 156 of these?
Let's see, 44 times 4, so that would be...
You know how I got my number?
Yeah.
Because if you go on Truck or Track and you look up 120, it automatically populates 156.
Well,
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Do that too. That's a good way to do it. I like that.
All right, I'm videoing and not paying attention to anything. I kind of feel like Todd.
Here, hand me the camera. I'll video you putting the bolts in.
Hey, look
Here
who's
you
doing
go.
work over here.
Here you go. Here you go. Here we go.
No. We're laying them out. Oh, we're just laying them out. You missed that part. Oh. You guys are doing good. You guys are doing good. Listen to Steve, please.
Hold on, I gotta get at least a few in here.
That's
I'm one short. One more. Man, I'll tell you, Harn.
Yes.
I think he's looking for a job there.
Then we'll start putting these in.
You're doing great.
So now we put them in?
Yeah, we lay them all out. It goes a lot faster if you go ahead and lay it all out and then you put them all in.
Is this a race? I thought you get beat.
It is a race.
Oh, man, I'm gonna lose.
Put them in, have one hand on it, release it. You got to force them in and don't.
There's always that one hole. There's always the one hole.
Yeah, the paint gets down there.
God, you ought to try this stuff now. It's good exercise.
No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm good.
Oh, no. I'm good.
It was just that track. Can't have a name like Dirt Perfect if you don't get dirty, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We got this now.
Need a 3 to get 2.
Yeah.
You ever have to sort them and make it up? You can tuck them in. You might have to, if it gets nicked.
Yeah.
I can just see that being one of your videos. We can spin it in if you don't really need it.
You know how you make a new rail look old?
How's that?
Put the old shoes back on it.
Damn right. Exactly. Real fast.
I got you, Aaron. Here, I'll help you. Just take that one.
Hey, oh. That hand would have got it,
All right, now what?
Okay, so the next part of this will be laying out the nuts.
If you dump them, they go everywhere, so we kind of make our decision.
There are 2 boxes of these? Oh my goodness.
We could get another box. Or a couple handfuls.
I got a feeling I'm not going to like what comes next.
Welcome to the suck. The next part's not fun.
Yeah, I know. I got a feeling.
There is a bit, you do have to know which side of the nut. There is 2 sides to the nut. There is a bottom and a top.
All right, so I'm guessing that's the top.
That you're right, because that's more surface area, and that's the bottom because it's bevel. Yes.
Can you show them there's actually a notch in that rail that locks up in there, right?
There is a bridge. They call that notch the bridge. So when you come underneath here, you'll see there is a bridge. Now, if you get it to a certain point, it will hold itself, but we'll show you. We're gonna have to put a bar in there at first to get that sucked up. The gun's so fast, you stick a bar in there, it'll suck the nut right up.
Yeah. Get about 2 or 3 threads on it and do it. Yeah, I should have packed a lunch for this one.
We'll feed you. Bologna.
Let me guess, you're gonna have somebody else make it for us?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not doing that. I'll get dirty.
Oh!
Our first drop.
What's the penalty for putting a nut on upside down?
It will be, since it's your rail, your pad's probably gonna come off, so no problem.
Hey, it may be, but you're warranting it.
It's true, that's true. But when you start doing it and you do it enough, you can feel the bevels. You can feel the bevels in them.
I'm not even looking anymore.
I know I don't get dirty today, but I got dirty once. It wasn't yesterday. It wasn't yesterday, by the way.
Video evidence.
There is none. There have none.
One time I've seen you get dirty running from my dog.
Yes, your dog has molested me many times. Matter of fact, the new dog's molesting me. It's a horrible situation. It must be my cologne.
It's not good looks.
And this is usually about how many guys we got on it. We'll go ahead and put every guy that works here. There are still more people here working. Don't worry. There's still more people in here. There's people over there. We usually don't have the entire staff here doing nuts.
It's a good way to skin a knuckle.
Oh yeah, wait till they start running the bar in there and running up the nuts. It'll get crazy.
Oh, you know what he did? Yeah, turn that camera on. You know what Steve's doing to me? He got me sidetracked. He started talking, knowing that I can't work and talk at the same time. That's why he's ahead of me. Plus, I know I'm a lot better looking. What'd you say, you're 48?
I'm 48.
I'm 53. Now, who looks younger?
Holy crap.
I'm not going to say anything. I got to work with Steve all the time. Anyway, what has happened is Steve has gone all the way down to here.
Got me sidetracked, so I couldn't keep up with him.
Rookie, expert, rookie.
Hey, Todd, where you at? You're supposed to be helping.
I'm not doing any. I'm not doing any.
On that side, and I'm by myself.
My sciatic's acting up.
Do we need to let him finish that, or do we need to go help him?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good down here. I'm making distance.
You're doing good. You're doing good. I would do one, but they're all done. It's all done. Can't do it.
So we got all of our new pads on there, like our old pads on the new rail. Everything's cleaned up.
Yep.
All the bolts in. When we start them, about 3/4, 2 or 3 threads at least.
Yeah, usually like to get about 3 or 4 threads in there to make sure that
Don't get cross-threaded.
vibration don't fall off when they're going out there tightening them and stuff like that.
Now, one thing we missed before, what he's doing right there is adjusting that so that arm is as level as possible, so that sprocket's straight up and down, right?
Yeah, yeah. If you don't and you get it twisted a little bit, sometimes it'll round the head and it doesn't.
And it's harder on the equipment.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so why didn't we put the 2 on the end? We didn't put this one on, and we didn't put the far end one on.
Well, we like to think that we're thinking about the person that's installing it. You know, when they put that pin in there,
A lot easier.
yeah, the pads are in the way if you put them on, and if you're swinging a hammer to knock it in, then you could beat your hand on the pad. So we leave a pad off each end, so when you go together, you got a big gap to hit it in there. Yep.
I like this. He's thinking about me. He knows.
I think about you every day.
Yeah, it's not the fastest, but it's the safest.
So from here, they'll just run them down and torque them in. You can't cuss!
Woo!
Now I gotta beep you out.
Damn, I feel good that one. Got knocked that out.
It took you an hour and 12
It
minutes.
did take me an hour, whatever it took.
Let's see if you can do 2, and I bet you.
Somebody winch it up. I'm ready. Woo! Gotta stretch out a little bit though.
All right, 1 down, 1 to go.
That's right.
You're lucky. You're lucky. You got a lot of good people.
We do have a lot of good people. We are lucky to have good people. I'm not even gonna joke about that. But I may even do something on this next one. You never know.
I don't believe you for a minute.
I want to see that.
I think we all want to see that. You keep talking about it. These people in here, they'll make you do something.
Hey, I'm down. Hit us a comment. Say something. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh my gosh.
You have no idea what you're asking for, buddy.
Not today though. Not today.
All right, 1 done, 1 to go. That was a lot straighter than the other one.
If you'll watch him too, video him, he'll actually take it out there. Colin, you gonna go ahead and roll it up? You'll watch him roll it up. There's a certain way they do that. That way we can load them. And
Are you implying that they may have not been loaded properly getting here?
Yeah, they were definitely not loaded properly. It's getting ready to be a big. Look at him catch it. Look at that. That was not skill. That was just luck. Look at that. Gentle as a baby's butt. Look at that. Look at that. All right, I got an important phone call. I gotta go.
Imagine that. Aaron's 36. He's 2 years younger.
He's lying. He's lying. Oh man.
He's 2 years younger.
I've always been told I was a baby face, but golly, he had me going there. Dang.
You never can believe what that guy says.
Yeah, that's right. I might need a big board truck to get out there.
Apparently that's the proper way to load track.
Yeah. Probably didn't do it the proper way. Like right here good?
Yeah, then we'll set the other one back here. Slide side shift as far as you can towards me.
Towards the front?
Towards the back. That'll work. 1 down, 1 to go.
So, I got the camera on. Did you explain about the trip down or anything?
Yes, I did explain about the
You
trip
did?
down. Yes.
So, now, the way he put them on, you think they're going to ride better on the way home?
No comment.
Oh.
All right, guys, so the original plan was to show up, kind of get a little video, hang out with the guys a little bit, kind of see how the process works and get 1 track done. Then we were going to cut out and head back and let these guys do the other track on their own time and deliver it back to us. But we were having such a good time and everything was going so smooth, we just decided to stick around and help them knock out the 2nd track. Now, as we go down through here, you are going to notice that two people are noticeably absent. The man behind the scenes and Todd. And I have found a little video evidence of what those two were up to.
How's it going, Todd?
Doing fantastic. I have the fan blowing on me up here.
I know.
Ice cold Dr. Pepper.
I'm actually getting a little cold in here. I wonder,
Well,
how do you
I
think?
like to keep it at a balmy 65 in here.
Yeah.
Year round.
Hey,
You know,
how do you think they're doing out there on them tracks?
I feel like they're doing really good.
Sounds good from in here, doesn't it?
It doesn't sound good. It sounds great.
It does, doesn't it?
It's a little steamy out there in the back.
Hey, yeah, I think we just keep Michael out there on them tracks and we'll set it here.
I feel the same way. I'm just gonna stay right up here. We'll just sit up here in the nice, comfy chairs. Get a little bit more.
Exactly.
How's that sound?
Look at these nice chairs I get to sit in.
You gotta say, comfort is key. Comfort.
And I don't think Michael's even got
Drinks and snacks.
Boy, oh boy. I think he'd be getting jealous right now, but he's doing such a good job out there on them tracks. I hate to.
Oh, I forgot all about him. I was more concentrating on the fan blowing on me.
Yeah. All right, Todd, I'm gonna get off of here so I can enjoy a little peace and quiet and this AC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah, we've been back here for what, probably 2 hours?
We've been here for about 2 hours. I actually just turned the back massager on in my chair. But, you know, it feels good to be up here for 2 hours.
It does.
We gotta go check on Michael, though, because it's hot and steamy in the back. It says it's 91. 91 degrees.
Let me see that. 91 back there.
Look at that. 91 in the shop.
91.
In the shop. That's horrible. We should go back and check on him.
I think so. These should be about done, wouldn't you say?
So.
2 hours?
Let me grab my drink. Do you want a drink before we go back? You want
I'm still, yeah, I'm doing good. Yep, I got one.
Good. Let's go back and check him out.
Let's go check it out.
Alright guys, those two are an absolute mess. If you look close, you see Todd and Aaron come strolling back in there and me kind of giving a hard time, wouldn't know where they were at. But that just goes to show how much fun this day was. I mean, we had an absolute blast down there with these guys. And I just want to say, you know, I buy maybe an undercarriage a year from these guys. These guys they got customers that probably buy an undercarriage a month or maybe even an undercarriage a week from them. And I'm small potatoes, basically. And for those guys to kind of shut down the shop, let us come in there, invade, film this video, be part of the process, I mean, that's, I cannot thank them enough. And I hope you guys appreciate the video, because this was a pretty big deal for them to allow us to come in there and do it. It was a really, really cool experience for me. It's a pretty simple process, but so many little unique tricks and quirks that go to it. You can just tell these guys have done it for years. And Steve and the man behind the scenes here are getting ready to have a little race who can put the nuts on the fastest. And in this time lapse, sorry there, Aaron, but it is pretty obvious who pulls away from you there. So good job for Steve for the win. So, but no, man, it was an awesome day. So enjoyable hanging out with these guys and learning such a wealth of knowledge between all of them. And the coolest part is actually for you guys. Todd said they're going to put a promo code on the Trucker Track website, which I will have linked in the description. And anybody that's interested in anything on that website, undercarriage down to a light or a snowplow, enter the promo code DIRT and you will save 5%. So if anybody's looking to make a big purchase, that may actually save you a few bucks. So pretty cool for those guys to do that. And we're going to finish getting this last track torqued and head on down the road. So
Come in. I was just enjoying a nice ice cold Dr. Pepper.
see, I thought I was bad with Pepsi. Look at this over here. You've got your own refrigerator in here.
Yeah. Microwave, refrigerator.
Guess what?
No, that's a hot one. That's a hot
It's a hot one?
Yeah,
It's a cold one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I didn't want to screw you on that deal.
Oh, so you do care about me.
Hey, you gotta have a cold one, you know what I'm saying? Any man, I would do that to anybody.
Hey,
Welcome to my office.
thanks to my help and not your help, we got both tracks done in a little over 2
You need
hours.
to video how dirty you are.
This is because, yes, I come here and I get to work. And you sit in here in the air conditioning and drink Diet Dr. Pepper.
And snacks, they have a lot of snacks too.
What is that thing?
That's what they.
What are you?
Oh, that's for smell good. You stink.
I've lost respect.
That's for smell. Welcome to my office. Have a seat. Let's talk a little bit. No, wrong chair. No, I don't like. No, other chair. No. I'll throw it. I gotta be comfortable. Thank you. Have a seat. That's the Z2 where we hire and fire people.
So which one am I, hired or fired?
Let Steve sit there, like, you sit there, let's talk. Well, hey, thanks for coming down today. We really enjoyed having you.
It was fun. I learned a lot too.
You know, I'll put my feet down and look more official, but it's amazing the amount of people that come here that don't know how a pad change is done. They think we do it on the floor with an impact gun, and it's just not the case. You can't get them tight enough with a 3/4 or 1 inch impact. You look at the size of the machine we have back there, and it gets them tight every time. And the guys have done it so long, they can almost do by the feel of the gun. So if we do a new set of rails and a new set of pads, we will torque them at the beginning and the end. But with what we were doing with you guys, those are the same guys that do it day in and day out, and they've done it for years and years and years. So
you guys
they've got it down.
You guys installed the pads on the rails we took them off from, and they stayed tight for 6 years, 6,000 hours.
Absolutely.
No problems. So.
You know, loose pads, that's a problem you just don't want to have, because once they get loose, they will waller out the pad, and you can't fix that. You got to replace the pads.
So real quick, IMCO has been around since 1987.
IMCO's been around since 1987. Steve's dad started. Steve's standing out in the hallway smirking.
There he is. We found Steve.
Smirking, Merkin.
I'm a smirker.
He's the brains and the looks of the operation. We're still trying to figure out what you are.
That was delicious. Anyway,
way to avoid the question there, Mr. Politician.
But Bob started in 1987 and started out doing cutting edges, and it slowly progressed into undercarriage, and then the past 10 years it moved into trucks, and then the past 5 years it's moved into large equipment as far as trucks and dump bodies and all that stuff. We don't offer all that on the online side of things.
And the online side, which is Trucker Track.
Truckertrack.com is our online entity. So you can go on there day or night, 24/7, order undercarriage, order lights, and then hopefully with videos like this and the videos we'll do in the future, we can help you guys understand how to do pad changes and what torques are and what things mean, what a bottom roller is, what a top roller is, what a front idler is, those things. So
how to inspect undercarriage if you're looking at a piece of machinery or have a piece of machinery.
You can actually inspect undercarriage from inside your truck cab. You really don't have to get out if you know what you're looking for. If you know what you're looking for. By the way,
that's spoken like a true salesman.
Hey, by the way, I'm a problem solver. I'm a problem solver. Nobody's ever called me to sell anything. They just have problems. They call me. Just get that straight. Anyway, if you know what you're looking for, and by the way, every undercarriage on the internet is 60%. On every ad Craigslist, they're all 60%. Way to go. So we can also, if you ever want to hit us up at info@truckertrack.com, we can send you the specs. You can do your own measurements too. We'd be more than happy to provide anybody with that information. It's free. Hit us up at info@truckertrack anytime, day or night, and we'll send you that info.
All right, so real quick, we'll wrap this up. I will put a link to your website.
Awesome.
In the description.
Thank you.
I will also put a link, I don't know if this is a good idea for my own popularity, I'll put a link to your YouTube channel.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Look, is this it right here?
Is this what? That's an axe handle.
This is what he's famous for, is his axe handle reviews. He takes this,
axe handle.
He takes this and beats stuff with it.
Don't whack my screen. Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, that's axe handle. We'll break that bad boy up. I do want to say one thing before we hang up. Before you
hang up, it's not a telephone, it's a camera.
Hang on. This video is just to show you guys we really do this. We do have nice offices, don't get me wrong, but most of the people on the internet, they just sit in a basement somewhere or an office building and don't have anything to do with this kind of stuff. We're actually on the ground, touching the stuff, putting it on, taking it off, and we hear the problems and solutions on both sides. So when you do order something from us, we do kind of know what we're doing. So
well, as long as
you're only as good as you can get your stuff from.
Yeah, but as long as you keep him around, I'll agree with that statement.
Steve has a nice office too.
All right, tell them don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and ask questions. Hit Michael up on his channel. We'll answer those questions too.
You do realize this is still my channel, right? You're just doing the talking.
Well, I mean, I usually take over the office.
Notice. All right, guys, that's a wrap. We'll catch you on the next one.
Perfect.
We just finished up. Todd said meet him at the headquarters, so Trucker Track World headquarters. Oh boy.
Hey, it's authorized personnel only. What the hell are you doing in the corporate office?